All right, guys, so today we're actually going to be making some bacon, actually the starting process of making bacon, because it has to cure first. So we've actually got some really nice pork belly over here. As you can see, I picked this up today at the grocery. We have also here a cup of salt, half a cup of brown sugar, got some maple syrup that we'll be adding into that, just to kind of give it a little bit of sweetness as well. So go ahead, Tiger, put the salt and the brown sugar into that bowl.
Okay.
Put the salt first.
Okay.
Okay, and now the brown sugar. So what we're doing here, guys, we're actually creating what's going to be called a dry brine. Even though we'll add a little maple syrup to it, it's still considered a dry brine. And that's what's going to actually cure our pork belly. Yeah, just stir it up, mix it up. I'm going to try and get this incorporated as much as possible. And bacon is actually fairly easy to make. It just takes a little bit of time, a little bit of love for it. You can cure almost anything with salt. We're actually using sea salt and just some really nice light brown sugar today. Give it a hand.
Thank you.
So what you want to do is just kind of want to break up those chunks of the brown sugar.
Okay.
Mix it up. Just want to get this incorporated really good. I'll get my hands in there in a second once I put in the maple syrup. This smells good as it is.
Ah, it smells nice.
Nice. I really like it.
Smells like sugar.
Smells like sugar. So like I said, it was 1 cup of the salt, half a cup of the brown sugar. All right. Oh, one thing we're also doing here, we're not using any nitrates, so there's no pink salt here. Because I really think once this is cured, we're gonna eat it pretty quickly. All right, so this is actually 4 pounds of pork belly. I think once it cures in the bag, it'll probably shrink about 25%. After we smoke it, we should have about anywhere between 2 3/4 pounds to 3 pounds of bacon. So there we are so far. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some of the maple syrup in now. Just to kind of give it a nice Canadian flavor for all of our Canadian friends up there. Go ahead and open up this bag because I'll show you guys a little trick into doing this without making it too messy. So mix this up. The whisk goes fun, but when you use your hands, it just makes it so much easier. Gotta give a shout out to our camera girl, Sarah.
And our dog, Snoopy.
And what you're gonna do is you're gonna slip that in there. Start rubbing this all over. We also got dinner going on, guys.
Yeah. Sure. Mom. Get back, Snoopy. Snoopy, get back. Oh, I need 2 rags. Maybe you could just hold this.
So you can see on there, we're just rubbing this in, the salt and the sugar mixture. This is going to create a cure for this. Actually, it's from the dry brine. Rub some there on the side, as you guys can see. And then you'll see what I'm talking about. Here you go, Tiger, hold on.
Yeah, sure.
I said we're going to do this so it's a little bit easier than what you would expect. go ahead and take that nice piece of pork belly. And we're just gonna slide it in. Slide it in. Slide it. Slide it in. All right. Now that we have it in there, as you can see, we're gonna take it, flip it. Now while it's in the bag, we will do, now rub the other side. All right, so we got our brine, dry brine, put in there. And basically now all we're gonna do is zip this up, put it in the fridge for 7 days, halfway through turning it over. And we'll be back. So see you guys in 7 days. All right, so it's been 1 week, everyone, since we started our little bacon experiment. I almost forgot how to speak English there. But now, as you can see, look at all this liquid that this thing has let go. Remember, we put just sea salt, a little bit of brown sugar, and a little bit of maple syrup. And what you gotta do afterwards, you gotta rinse this thing out, right? Because there's a lot of salt still left on it. It's actually gotten to be quite stiff. Excuse me a second. My little sous chef here, Tiger. Get some cold water. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna, because you can even feel like the little salt granules on there. We're gonna rinse that all off. It's cured. Now that's all that's left to do is smoke it. So I got the charcoal going right now for the smoker outside. And after we kind of rinse this off, we'll pat it dry. And once the smoker is going, we'll be back to show you. We're just gonna lay it on the smoke and let it smoke for about 2 hours.
Yeah.
All right. So here we are, guys. We got the smoker up to temperature. It's gonna be around 215, 220 or so. So we're gonna smoke it at. I'm actually using chunks of apple wood. So when you buy it, it's actual chunks. And then we're using this drum smoker. Take the lid off. We're gonna go ahead and add our bacon on there. And just probably come and check it every 30 minutes or so to see how it's doing. So let's go ahead and get that going. And that's it. So we'll be back when it's all finished. All right, so it's been 2 hours since we started smoking this. It smells great. One thing you'll notice about this bacon, it's not pink. I didn't use any of what they would call the pink salt because that's what leads to the nitrate. So this technically has no nitrates, just has salt and brown sugar, maple syrup. So we're gonna go ahead and cut a couple pieces. See how it's looking. Then we're gonna fry it up. Maybe this wasn't the best of knives to use, but hey, it's all right. See there, it's nice, it's cured. I'm gonna take a couple of these pieces here, and we are definitely gonna go ahead and fry it up in the pot, and then we'll be right back and we'll check it out. There we go. All right, so this is about done. You can see it fried up pretty nicely. Like the way that smells. Go ahead and turn off the heat. We're just trying this out. Tiger's actually gonna be my taste tester on this. You ready, buddy?
Yes, honey.
Go ahead and blow a little smoke on there. I mean, a little fresh. Ready?
Right.
It's hot.
Alright.
It's too hot.
Oh, that's good.
It's good.
Really good. Believe it or not, it's better than that steak you cooked.
We're good.
Really good.
It came out really good.